Gemini, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot, and welcome to your July 2017 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. So Gemini, I will have the decks that I'm using listed below in the description bar. If you are interested in receiving a private reading from me, please head on over to northeasttarot.com and read about how I offer my private readings. And over on Vimeo, I will be offering an extension to this reading where I am only focusing on love and relationship matters for you, Gemini, for your sign for the month of July. I will link that below in the description bar. All right, Gemini, so the overall energy for you for the month of July is actually the Knight of Cups. Very nice. So the Knight of Cups can be a more romantic energy. So there definitely could be some Geminis that, you know, you're maybe a little bit more romantic in the month of July. You could certainly be asking someone out. You could be extending your cup to someone. So maybe you're a Gemini who is approaching someone or is asking someone out, or maybe someone could be asking you out. Someone could be offering you something. And if it's not romantically, this could be, you know, just something that excites you, something that, you know, gives you butterflies or makes you very happy. But let's see here. There could be, for a small number of you, maybe someone who's coming back from your past. So sometimes with the Knight of Cups, for me, it can be someone who you already know, someone who's coming forward, but this is someone that you're already, aware of. So maybe this is a friend, or it could be an ex that is coming back around or is communicating with you. Right at the center we have the Seven of Pentacles crossed by the Six of Wands. So for some of you, right at the start of July, this is you planting seeds. I see many of you working very hard, and now this could be a project, this could be something that you're working on, or this could be within your career, but I see you definitely working very hard, investing in tomorrow. So investing in your future, planting those seeds, but with the Seven of Pentacles, having to wait for those seeds to sprout. So for some of you, I see you working very hard right at the start of the month. With the Six of Wands here in the challenge position, I think that some of you need to believe what it is that you are working on. So for some of you, maybe you need to believe in this. You need to have more confidence. This is something that you're going to be very successful with. So whatever project or whatever it is that you're investing time and energy into, Gemini, right at the start of the month, this is something I feel like you need to believe in. So maybe you need more confidence, you know, in whatever this is. This is something that you're going to be very successful with. I just feel like, you know, this is something that's going to take time. It needs time to grow. But this is going to be something that you're going to be very successful with. So this is wonderful. Now, if you're a Gemini that is questioning this, if you've been devoting a lot of time and energy to something and you haven't really seen it go anywhere, some of you could be basically kind of, you know, reevaluating this situation, you know, asking yourself, should you continue on planting those seeds? And I feel like you should. You're going to be successful. Now, at your foundation, I do have the Five of Wands. So for some of you, this definitely could be, you know, on the work front here. So with the Five of Rods, this could be a lot of competition around you. So maybe this is something, you know, going on within the workplace. For some of you, maybe you've been trying to advance, but you've been dealing with a lot of competition. Fives speak about change, but they also represent a more challenging energy. So for some of you, you might have been dealing with some small arguments, petty arguments, conflicts. Also, there could have been some Geminis that you had some internal struggles when it comes to this matter, feeling challenged in some way. But in the more recent past, I have the High Priestess. So for those of you that maybe were feeling challenged, here with the Five of Wands at your foundation, in the more recent past, I have the High Priestess. So maybe your intuition was really speaking to you about this matter. So for some of you, if you're asking yourself, should you continue on, you know, planting those seeds? Should you continue on investing in whatever this is? I think that your intuition was definitely speaking to you in the recent past. I feel like some of you are still very in touch with your intuition. So what is your intuition telling you to do? And with the Knight of Cups here as the overall energy, he's someone who is very, very intuitive. So listen to your intuition. And I feel like some of you, your intuition is telling you to just stay focused, to stay positive, to believe in what it is that you're investing in. Now, with the High Priestess, some of you could have learned something, absolutely. So something could have come to light. You could have found something out. And maybe it's something that is inspiring for you, because crowning you, we have the Ace of Wands. And this is an exciting new beginning. So maybe for some of you, you learned something. You became aware of something. For some of you, there was maybe an offer, or there was an opportunity that came in. And it could be something that is very exciting for you. It could be something that you're very passionate about. For some of you, this could be a new relationship, absolutely. So for those of you that are maybe dating someone, there could be a very, very strong physical attraction here. With the Ace of Rods, it's the most passionate card for me. So for some of you, if this is on the relationship front, there is a very, very strong attraction here. And, you know, I definitely recommend for some of you to head on over to Vimeo, because I'm going to get into this more. But for some of you, you could have been, let's see, how do I put this? For some of you, maybe dating someone, casually dating someone, and I feel like, you know, you've been investing into this relationship with this person, and honestly, some of you, I feel like you want something more, and I'm seeing that here around the second week. So for some Geminis, this is you maybe dating someone in particular, and you want something maybe more official from this person around the second week coming up in the near future. I do have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant represents marriage. The Hierophant represents more traditional relationships. And so I'm definitely seeing that for those Geminis that you've been dating someone. Maybe you want a commitment. So maybe you're speaking about this around the second week. For some of you, you could be speaking about this. For some of you, I feel like this is what you're waiting on. And this could be, you know, a relationship that things are developing very slowly for whatever reasons with this other person. Maybe they're afraid of commitment. It could be something like that. Now, the Hierophant does represent the sign of Taurus, so there could be a Taurus individual that's significant. For some other Geminis, this is definitely going to be on the work front. Maybe you're a Gemini that has been trying to land a new job, or trying to move up within the company that you already work for, but you've been dealing with a lot of competition. Around the second week, for some of you, this, you know, that company, your job is very, very significant around this time. For some of you, maybe you're signing a document at this time. And if it's not something to do with a large company with the Hierophant, it could be something legal, it could be something involving the government, or a large institution of some kind. That's very significant around the second week. In the position of your power, I have the Strength card. So you have that inner strength when it comes to dealing with whatever this is. If you are left waiting, you know, to move up within the company that you work for, if you're waiting on something from the government, or if this is even on the relationship front, I see you very patient. I see you very patient, Gemini. But for some of you, I feel like, you know, you're really having to go within. Something is really progressing very slowly for you. And I feel like it's been progressing very slowly. It's not just progressing slowly in the month of July. I feel like this has been something that's ongoing, something that's been moving forward very, very slowly here. But your intuition is definitely speaking to you. For some of you, this is you really maybe having faith. That could have been the challenge for you right at the start of July, is maybe believing in what it is that you're investing in. And now around the second week, again, something could have come to light. You could have learned something. Something's inspiring you. And this is you maybe having faith in whatever this is that you are building, that you are, you know, investing in. Now, strength does represent the sign of Leo, so there certainly could be a Leo person that's quite significant here. And then in the position of how those around you are viewing you, I have death. So you have some majors here. You definitely have some major kind of energies here. There could be a Scorpio, if not a Leo or a Taurus. There could be a Scorpio or a water sign person around you that's very significant. But death represents great change, transformation. So there could be some Geminis that maybe a marriage is ending here, or a relationship. It could be a long-standing relationship that's coming to an end, and it could be because some of you potentially might have met someone else. And these energies can always work both ways. Remember that. So with death, it could be something ending and creating that space within your life for something new to come in, because with death, there's always a new beginning. Or it's something changing, something's transforming. So something will never be the same. So this is how other people around you are viewing you. So for some of you, you're going through this big change. I feel like patience will be required when it comes to this, but you're still going through, you know, a very big change. And in your hopes and fears position, I have the Three of Swords. So this isn't happening. It's just in the hopes and fears. Fearing loss, fearing heartache, deception. The Three of Swords can represent a situation involving three people. So for some of you, you know, maybe you're fearing that, fearing some sort of loss, fearing, you know, dealing with some difficulties, maybe on the love front or just in general. But again, needing to have faith, needing to believe in what it is that you're working on, needing to remain positive, because the energy that you're actually leaving the month with, Gemini, and going into August is actually the Ace of Pentacles. So this is wonderful. So for those of you that, you know, you were dealing with a lot of competition, you're trying to move up within the company that you already work for, or you're trying to land a new job, that this could absolutely be that new job. Because with the Ace of Pentacles, it's a solid new beginning. This is a solid new beginning that's coming in for you. So for some of you, it's a new job. For other Geminis, it's a raise or a promotion. If it is a new relationship, when I see the Ace of Pentacles and it is a new relationship, it's a relationship that potentially could lead to marriage. It could bring in more stability into your life in some way, or more security in some way. And potentially, you know, it could be a relationship that, you know, leads to marriage. For some of you, but this is a beautiful new beginning that's coming in for you here right at the end of the month. So for those of you that something is ending, or you are letting go of someone or something, when you do that, you know, new beginnings do come through. You create that space. So we have this new beginning that's coming in for you. What I will do for you, Gemini, is I'm going to clarify. Let's take a look at the Five of Rods here. Let's clarify the Five of Rods for Gemini, which is at your foundation. Clarifying the Five of Rods. And for those of you that are wondering, the deck that I'm using to clarify with, this is the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. Clarifying the Five of Rods for Gemini. Which for some of you, you know, this can be energy that's still ongoing for you, but for the most part, this is, you know, this has already happened. All right. So we have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. So now you have the Seven of Pentacles twice, Gemini. This is, I feel, for some of you, you're waiting on closure. You're waiting on closure with the Six of Cups. Someone or something from the past, something you've invested in, but some of you are waiting. And again, some of you are determining whether or not you should, you know, continue on basically waiting, or determining whether or not you should invest any more into whatever this is. So some of you are seeking that closure with the Page of Pentacles here, seeking that news, that communication, that opportunity. And for some of you, if it's not romantic, it's definitely financial. And I think that you were dealing with some difficulties when it comes to that, some challenges. For some of you, this is internal, determining whether or not you should maybe continue on investing in whatever this is. And then for some other Geminis, this is external. This is maybe competition or some difficult people that you were dealing with previously. But let me pull you an additional guidance card, Gemini, for the month of July. Additional guidance for Gemini. And this is my Magical Times Empowerment cards. Gemini, additional guidance for Gemini. Alright, and I am also pulling you one additional Romance Angel card, Gemini. Additional guidance for Gemini, focusing on love and relationships. And again, if you want more insight into July, please follow me over on Vimeo. Alright, Gemini. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so this is interesting. The additional guidance card, Gemini, is integrity. Drop the things that offend your soul. Embrace your truth. It's your life. Let no one live it for you. That's good advice. So that's very, very interesting. Especially when you have the Death card here, which is letting go of the old so the new can come in. Drop the things that offend your soul. Embrace your truth. It's your life. Let no one live it for you. So for some of you, you need to be true to yourself. And to be honest with this card, the additional Romance Angel card I have for you, Gemini, is deception. And it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So honestly, there could be some Geminis that maybe you're deceiving yourself in some way. You need to be true to yourself. Do what's right for yourself. What's in your best interest. So for some of you, I definitely feel like this is self-deception, and you need to be true to yourself. But then, of course, for some other Geminis, you could be dealing with some deception. Now, with this card, it's not always something major. It can be something very small. But, you know, these two really go hand in hand for me. So for those of you that this is something more serious, if someone has deceived you and hurt you in some way, it's time to maybe move forward. It's time to create that space within your life so something new can come in. What is it that you truly want for yourself, Gemini? Especially on the love front for many of you. Okay, Gemini, so financially, I see it being a wonderful month. To be honest, I don't think it's going to be that much of an emotional month for you whatsoever. Change is definitely coming in for many of you. And, you know, if something is ending, you do have new beginnings that are coming in. We have opportunities that are coming up for you. For some of you, you're planting those seeds and you're in the process of something wonderful developing here. You have the Ace of Wands and you have the Ace of Pentacles. So I think it's going to be a great month for you, Gemini. So I do hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you're interested in receiving a private reading from me, please head on over to northeasttower.com. I do wish you all a great month. Take care, Gemini.